Oneyplays!
With friends.
Wait, Virgil got out of
Say
he got out of the demon hole?
I don't want to say spoiler of what
Yeah, Smurgel's
Nero
good
is
enough.
to Smurgel, but
Smurgel is as Smurgel does.
Nero's just remembering that time he lost his arm. Nero cries like a baby.
Then he breaks into a million pieces.
They're all the soldiers, just like jerking Nero off after he saved him.
Okay.
he's giving him a Hi Hitler.
As you do.
So this is the next. We're at like mission 2, right? How much missions are there?
20.
All right, so we're halfway through.
Does that say Sephiroth?
Oh, you didn't get to see her.
Oh, sorry.
She was putting on her prosthetic nose.
I want to see a pussy hole.
She leans her leg back to show off the goods.
Her pussy hole?
Yeah, her
looks at
pussy
Corey.
hole specifically.
Corey. She leans her leg up, you see through the leather, her little pussy peeking out. She winks at you.
Then her weird Michael Jackson nose falls off. I'm sorry, I'm being rude.
Would you prefer?
cruel.
Would you prefer if like DVDs and games on the backs of them were more blunt about what's in their games, like warning features pussy holes, assholes?
I would, yeah, actually. If it told me that, warning, this movie has stabbings in the throat, in the head, people
Eyeballs
get
being gouged out with
decapitated,
spoons.
I'd be like, oh man, nah, I've already seen this. You don't have to watch it anymore.
That's true. Maybe that is why they do it the way they do, so they don't spoil it.
No, Chris, every movie's like, two friends alone thinking everything's okay, but not everything is okay. In the shadow is another person, someone they didn't ask to show up to the party.
You're right.
And then you watch the movie and it's like, nobody
right.
shows up until the very end. And then he takes off the mask and the movie ends before you see him. It's like, this movie fucking sucked! And that's every movie.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Also, that bitch did have fucked up teeth. You're right.
See?
Yeah.
Damn, guys.
She's hot when she's leaning against her dirty bench, but when she starts talking, she looks like she's trying to pass a kidney stone. It's annoying.
Corey, what would you do if you were at the nightclub grinding up on a hot woman, and then when you walked outside, your jeans were just covered in shit? Would you be mad? Would you be really pissed off?
You go back in and squeeze the rest of the shit out of her.
You follow the shit trail upstairs into the attic. Who goes there?
If she was grinding on me and I was intoxicated to not realize this was happening, and then I went outside and I was caked in shit, I'd probably come all over the place.
You'd have to break through the shit before you can come.
I would want to know who it was.
The shit starts covering you, it's sort of forming
Corey,
a box.
there's only two people in the club: Shitserelda and Cleanita. Who do you
doors
think
are
it was?
locked.
Who do you think it was?
Plot twist, it's Clean Rita. She's cleaning up
spraying.
before I come in, and
It's
Chitterella is the one who's fucking...
Shitterella was abused as a child. Named
That's
the wrong
why
name.
she was called Chitterella. She's really Cleanerella. Cleaneretta is the real shit, the shit fiend.
This is the worst fucking idea.
You did it!
This is why no one likes me.
It was funny! I will say that I would be mildly upset if there was shit smeared all over my cock when I left the thing, but I would assume that I shit on
Only
myself.
mildly.
I would assume that I shit myself in the front.
How would you shit yourself in the front? That makes no sense.
I'm drunk! Nero's demon form looks like, it looks like Jeepers Creepers. What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm cheating. You shouldn't see the demon form. You get that at the
Dude,
very end of the game.
Do you know Jeepers
Yeah,
Creepers?
it's okay. Everyone's played it.
Do you like Jeepers Creepers?
Yeah, I like the first movie.
What
No.
is it?
No.
I like 1 and 2.
I like 1, but I don't
That-
like it as much as I like 2 because 2, I remember scenes more. 1, there's a lot of buildup.
Yeah.
Director was
But
in
the
hot
buildup is
water.
really satisfying when he finally falls
The-
down the fucking sewer grate.
The actor? No, dude, the director of that movie got outed as a pedo really hard.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Which is really sad because I love that fucking movie.
It is a good movie.
I love that fucking villain. I think he's super
It's
scary.
also a great song. The Jeepers
Jeepers
Creepers,
where'd you get those peepers?
And they were gonna make a third one, but
They
then,
did make a third one and it
oh, they
sucks
did?
cock, yeah.
Because he didn't direct it.
He did direct it.
He did direct
and
it.
it sucks ass.
But he was already out as a pedophile, so
The
he
movie
lost
starts.
his juice.
It's got the exact same vibe and all, but it's just so stupid and annoying. Like it starts off with his truck, and his truck just keeps killing people, and you're like, okay, I don't fucking care.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
That was was already the first one.
I know.
What
It was
is this? What
implied.
is this whole thing? I've never seen.
You've
this.
never seen Jeepers Creepers?
No. Is it cool?
Yeah, no, I honestly love 1 and 2.
Jeepers Creepers.
What's it? So it's a movie
He's
from
just
what, like
like-
the 80s?
Don't ruin it! Don't let him watch it!
Can I?
I don't want to say
There's
what
a
it is,
school bus
but
of kids.
No, don't ruin
That
it.
was a
Just
school
let him
bus of
watch
kids that
it.
just
That's
exploded.
two.
Dave, no, let's just watch it, Dave. Let's just
you
watch
should
it.
watch
Alright,
it.
yeah, I'm down
You
to
should
watch it.
Yeah.
The first one's all about build up, and the second one is all about like really over the
Spectacle,
top
yeah.
spectacle kills. It's really cool.
It's super
Alright,
cool.
sweet.
Yeah, let's watch it.
I never saw the third one, so if
down.
I'm gonna watch that, I'm gonna be vividly
Let
disappointed.
me ask him. Does the third one feel like? Does it really resolve anything or
No.
not?
No.
Okay.
That's what I've heard.
Third one's stupid.
We were watching Chucky not long ago. That's
Yeah,
another
no.
movie I haven't seen in 100 years.
Dude, I had never seen those ever. I always thought it would be kind of gay, but it was
No,
actually
no,
pretty
no,
cool
no.
watching it with you.
As a kid, Chucky scared the fuck out of me because if nobody knows, I was terrified of blinking dolls as a child. So see,
Blinking? What do you mean blinking?
like dolls that blink. You know,
Why blinking? Why? What?
I don't know. It's one of those phobias that people have that they can't really explain.
Okay, that's fair.
It's just uncanny when a doll blinks and
Yeah.
you don't do anything.
Yeah.
The idea of that is scary. Like I remember one time I was grounded and I was in my room and there was my sister's doll was on a chair and I was looking at it and the whole time I was like, don't blink, don't blink, don't blink in my mind. And then it fucking blinked 30 minutes later. And it blinked. It like blinked.
fucked up.
And I remember that, and I couldn't say anything. I couldn't scream. I was so scared. But I know that was just my brain playing tricks on me because I was thinking that it
Were
would
you in the
blink.
dark, like the dead at the dark?
Yeah, it was dark.
No, my eyes play tricks on me in the dark too.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
dark, and the light was shining on its fucking stupid face,
Yeah.
and I could see it. It was like something out of a horror movie where
Wait.
the light only shined on a dumbass weird face.
Is this like sleep paralysis or something?
It
Or
might
No,
is-
no, I was awake. I was leaning on my bed looking at it, hoping it didn't blink, and then it just blinked.
Just sitting there.
It blinked? What? The
blinked.
doll blinked in your room?
No,
Yes.
he's saying he thinks it was like an illusion or that he
I'm pretty
imagined
sure
it or
my
something.
brain like
Oh.
because it's one of those things where it's like it's happened before where I was laying in bed like recently a neighbor died at my mom's house.
Yeah.
And I was
And its soul
thinking
went into the doll?
no, he used to walk by our house all the time, so I would be used to seeing a shadow when he'd come by to like get the lawnmower. And he did that like constantly. So he died a day before he usually got the lawnmower.
Oh.
So the next day when I was asleep at night, I remember what a shadow looked like. I was like, man, I'd be so terrified if a shadow walked by my fucking my like vividly lit up room.
Yeah.
And a shadow walked by my fucking
That's
room
scary.
right when I thought that.
That's
and I
scary.
ran outside because I was like I was almost in like panic.
This
I
was
couldn't believe
recent?
what I saw. No, this was like 10 years ago.
Oh, okay.
And
This is your brain going insane.
yeah, it was, dude, your brain can do a lot of scary shit. If you're constantly like, I don't want to see anything, you're gonna fucking see something.
Yeah.
Because you put your brain on edge.
Do you ever have something like where you like I have a chair in my bedroom
Yeah.
and there's a shirt hanging over the side of it, and I always wake up and in the corner of my eye it always looks like a person and it freaks me the fuck
Oh,
out.
that fucking sucks so
Like
bad.
I don't move this shirt and it happens every morning. I think there's someone standing over me.
That's happened with like a coat rack, definitely, with like weird like raincoats and shit
Yeah.
really give off weird illusion. Because when I used to have my room in the main like foyer entrance when you come into like my mom's house, my room used to be right there and there was a coat
What did you
rack.
just do?
He put a wallet in his pocket.
Wow.
A wall locket.
No, but when Corey,
Well,
when I was
it was
younger,
in
that shit
vagina.
used to happen to me too. Where my grandma had this weird blue painting of like an old Irish lane with a mansion at the end and like little people on horses at the
Yes.
bottom. And I used to just look at it, and they'd be like walking around and like moving, and the trees would be swaying, and it would just be like scary.
Yeah, but at night, like
Yeah.
it's because shadows, any kind of shadow that's like moving creates like the illusion that it's like it's your brain. That's why when people say like I saw shadows at night when I was in a place alone with no one else there and only me and my fucking self. It's like, yeah, of course you saw a fucking shadow walking by you unconspicuously.
You want to hear something else that's kind of funny?
Yeah.
One night when I was really young, I had to sleep in my mom and dad's bedroom, and they had
no.
they had a no, they didn't fuck or nothing, but they had a similar.
Fucked next to you.
You went, oh no, here we
And they were
go.
like, Chris, stop making so much
No, no, no,
noise.
shut up!
They blinked at you.
They had a similar painting on their wall that was like a weird like old-timey painting, and I would look at it and I would see little things move, right? And then I'd look over at my dad, who was also like just awake in bed, and he'd look over at me, and I'd look back at the painting, and there'd be little moving guys look back at him, and he'd look back at me, and I was just like, wow, he knows what he sees it too, he knows what's going on. And then in the morning I'd be like, Dad, remember those little moving things? He was like, no, you were just freaking me out. And I was like, it's like, oh, sorry.
And the little moving guys, they say, shut up.
No, those little moving guys are fucking assholes.
I mean, we talked about this before. We talked about like sleep paralysis. Like I haven't had sleep paralysis in quite a long time.
Yeah.
But I have seen like at my old dad's house when we used to live somewhere. I don't know where the fuck. It wasn't Vermont, but it was maybe somewhere in Iowa.
Ooh,
I used to live next to a playground,
Yeah.
so we saw shadows a lot because we didn't live next to a playground. Like right across the street was a playground.
Right.
And I remember I used to see like people on the ceiling just dancing, just spinning around, just shadows just dancing.
That's scary. I recently just made my sleep paralysis demon in Blender.
Really?
Yeah. So I didn't forget it.
Oh shit, that's
Here,
awesome.
it's on screen right now. Wow.
Why do you put that on when we play a game, Chris?
I'm sorry.
Jeff smiled when he saw it.
A little bit.
His little boner trickled around.
Dave,
Yes,
Yeah.
Jeff.
It's a little butter
you said
trickle.
you beat this game 7 times. What's the one challenge room you haven't been able to beat yet? Because you're missing a life bar, Dave.
There,
Call
it's
out,
not that I
calling
can't
you
beat
out.
it. There's certain secret missions I just can't find. I didn't use a guide. I've
okay.
done all this game without a guide thus far.
All right.
Dave's a
all
Puritan.
right.
He doesn't use
Alright,
guides.
that's
He is a
it.
charlatan, you're
He
right.
is a purist.
He is, yeah.
Dude, I like the backgrounds in this game.
It reminds me of DMC. I know that it's like blasphemy, but there is this part where you're in like a dilapidated building
Yeah,
with like.
Chris, do you wanna like play the devil's advocate for DMC and tell everyone it's not that bad of a game?
No, we already we just played through it on the channel, and it was.
I did.
I enjoyed looking at it. Like, I don't really enjoy playing these games, but
Yeah.
that's just me.
They're
It's a
fun
beautiful
to
game.
watch.
And I mean, no, that game studio makes really nice looking games.
Yeah, no, but I thought it was like fun and funny and just weird, and
Yeah.
it was interesting enough and stood out on its own.
Dave, we should play DMC 2 again.
No! Literally no.
We should! We should! I played it!
You got so fucking pissed. You made me afraid. You were like losing your fucking mind when those wolves were like clipping you through the walls.
This is exactly the kind of thing I like. Actually, no, fuck that. He's boring. Turn this off.
This boss fight,
That's you, Chris.
I remember seeing like Lexi doing this on the demo like so many goddamn times. Same with you.
Yeah, Jeff played the demo shitload as well.
Yeah, he's like the final boss in the demo, so we played the shit out of that.
He's really cool. He does like everything you want in a boss fight.
Jeff, you would call us for replaying the demo over and over, and then you'd go home and I'd see you online and you'd be playing the
Oh
demo.
yeah, that's another thing. You gotta tell the story about how like you'd be like, wow, Jeff's invested like 52 hours in the game.
Oh yeah. When this game
Oh.
came out, we all work at the office, and I couldn't help but play it like a ton. And then I started to feel bad because I was getting like less work done. So I would hop online, and my rule was if Jeff was playing it, I would play it. And Jeff was playing this game like 24/7 non-fucking stop. I was like, God, Jeff loves this fucking game. So do I.
And it turns out all I was doing was playing YouTube on my PS4, but it was showing this.
Yeah, he was playing YouTube, but it was just saying he was playing Devil May Cry 5. I played this game for like 100
Is
extra
that
hours.
seriously real?
Yeah, I only played this
Wow.
one time. Like I was
You're
not
like,
playing it
you're
at
like
any
100
point.
hours in DMC when he was just on YouTube.
It started to get weird after a while. I was like,
Like-
damn,
like,
this is
it-
kind of autistic.
it
Like,
had-
Jeff's playing this at like 4 a.m.
It had this game and the YouTube app loaded into memory, but for some reason it was showing me doing this.
It's because you had this game minimized and opened up
Yeah.
YouTube or something. Yeah.
That is the weirdest bug ever.
That made me
That's
feel like
funny.
an asshole.
I would laugh. I laughed pretty
That was
fucking
so
hard.
goddamn funny.
They
You were
just-
like, how many achievements you got? You're like, dude, I played it like twice.
That was the weird thing. That was the weird thing because
They tricked
Oh
me.
yeah.
this game has an achievement for beating a certain amount of enemies, for beating 1,000 enemies, which you do after like just a few hours.
I
But Jeff
didn't have
never
it.
got it. But he was playing it like you would have had to have played over 100
Yeah,
hours.
you
I was
were
like,
like, how is this autistic moron? Like,
I was like, Jeff must be like just rubbing his face against like the textures in the scenery. He's like not playing the
I'm
game.
doing like the Metal Gear Solid like
you have like 100 hours in the game, but you haven't
killed.
killed 1,000 enemies. Like, how is that even humanly possible?
Jesus, Jeff.
I was like, lol, got ya.
Dave, you wasted your whole life over a fucking bug.
Yeah.
That's
I had
awesome.
fun.
I was,
you feel like an
I was
idiot.
fucking watching like tool restoration videos, and Dave's like sweating playing this at night, trying to catch up
I
to
didn't
me.
want you to beat it before me. I was like, Jeff's gonna beat it on Dante Must Die before I can.
So Jeff, how far did you get? Did you
I
ever
just
beat
beat it one time.
Okay.
I like his like
No,
gorilla
I started playing it
animations.
again on
Yeah.
Sparta, whatever mode or whatever, but then I got distracted with Sekiro because
I don't know
Sekiro
what's
came
going
out
on.
like a week after this, so I just went to that, and then after that, I never finished that game because then I went out to San Diego or Burbank to see you guys,
I lost interest in Sekiro pretty
This
fucking
guy,
fast.
this guy reminds me of Beowulf.
I've still got to beat
Chris,
Sekiro.
what is all right? So Dark Souls is your favorite from software game. Well, like, what's your your second and third favorite?
Okay, no, I like Dark Souls 1,
Very good.
then Bloodborne, then
Demon
Demon
Souls.
Souls, then Dark Souls 2, then Dark Souls 3.
That's fair. The thing about Dark Souls 3 that like it's like a common argue point is I played Demon Souls. I didn't beat it. I got halfway through it.
Demon Souls is flawed and not that great, but it's still like got so much heart and soul in it.
It is fun, but I will say that there are some areas that are fucking dastardly.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's completely like flawed, but
It is fun though.
But it feels way more like an actual world than fucking Dark Souls 2 or 3 does.
Dark Souls 3 pretty much just like retreads the book on Demon
Dark
Souls.
Souls 3 is
Dark
nothing
Souls
to me.
1.
It's fucking boring.
It pretty much, after playing Demon Souls, I understand now why there were so many like people who were upset with Dark Souls 3.
Yeah.
Because it was too much of like nostalgia baiting.
Yeah.
There wasn't enough like, and I get it now because I played Demon Souls, so
Yeah.
I understand the games. Like that was the one game I hadn't played. I played Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, Bloodborne, and this one, and now I understand
It's
why
just-
people had
dude,
such a problem with Dark
It's
Souls
so
3.
frustrating that in Dark Souls 2 and 3, like, you'd think they would have fixed it again for 3, that you have to go back to this fucking place to level up. Why can't they just let you sit at the fire and do it?
I prefer that. I don't really
I
like
like that
having
a
a
lot.
herald.
Dude, he looks like fucking Finn Wolfhard.
That's he does. Don't Finn. That when you were saying like placing stuff, that stuff reminds me of like Dragon's Dogma because you can place like teleporter points.
Wait, no, I want you to say Dragon's Doge from now on, okay?
I will
Don't
not
do that.
say
Chris,
that.
do not say that.
Have you ever played Dragon's Dogma?
I want to watch Jeff play it.
It's a very good
we
game.
May play it.
I've been wanting to play it for months. I'd be
I'm
more than
going.
happy to
Oh,
watch
it's
Jeff
so
play it.
good.
I'm gonna have to.
And
I
it's
haven't
by the
played
same
it.
guy who made this, so I'm down.
Oh, dude, it's so good. It's fun when you
Wait, it is?
It's
yeah,
by the guy
yeah.
who made Devil May Cry 3, 4, and 5.
you get these things in the game called they're pawns, right? Is that what they're
Yeah.
called?
Fodder.
Basically.
God.
He's not wrong. But like you go into like a corridor.
I was thinking you guys are gonna call them slaves, and I'm like, what could be worse than slaves?
What could be even worse?
What's even
That
worse?
should be the name of a band. That's
It
awesome.
should, yeah.
Dragon's Dogma is like a weird circular story.
Dragon's
It's
Doge,
hard to
go on.
explain.
No! It's really good when the pawn system is really interesting because it's like you basically have these brain dead pawns who don't even know their ass from their like fucking elbow. And you have to teach them how to be human beings.
Tell me how you describe them dying and coming back to me.
I mean, they're so stupid. You go into a place that they're learning and they're like he's like, does he say arisen? Is that what it is?
You said they come into the room and
Yeah, they're like, hold forth, arisen. I will go forth. And they go out and immediately get hit by someone with a fucking hammer and knocked off a cliff and die. And then they teleport back in. They're like, oh, that was a trifling challenge. And they go out and like, don't worry, I will check out again. And they immediately walk outside and get hit again.
Wait.
And they repeat the process. It's like, the thing is, once they get hit like 3 or 4 times and they get knocked enough around, they're like, oh, there's an enemy right there.
Yeah.
So when you come in with a person who hasn't played the place, they'll be like, oh, arisen, there's an enemy with a hammer out there, be careful.
I mean-
and they warn you ahead of time, so you kind of like, they get their ass kicked enough to learn not to go to
They
certain
learn.
places.
They learn things through fighting
Yeah.
it, and like you can. So basically, you make one pawn for yourself, and you can hire 2 more of 2 other people's pawns.
Yeah.
So if you have a friend on your friends list, you can hire their pawn.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
And it's really cool.
And they
'cause-
can learn stuff from your game and then go back to their game with like new information on how to beat something.
So when you walk into a room, they'll be like, arisen, this person's weak to light. And it's like, you're like, okay, so you come in and you know that you get to use like a light spell, or you come in, they're like,
Stylish or not, yeah.
fire is what you should
Don't.
use here,
Yes,
arisen.
yes, no, yes.
And it's just like,
Yes.
you basically, they know secrets too. Like, they're like, there is a secret somewhere in this room. And like,
yeah.
there's all this like hidden like stuff. And that's because as the previous player found the secret,
Yeah.
they gain that knowledge because once you go back, you basically like quiz them.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, you're like, all right, idiot, what'd you learn today? And they're like, I learned about secrets and wolves. And you're like, all right, cool. You leveled up a point. And then you go online to see like
That
people
sounds
rating
so
your
fucking
pawn.
awesome.
You go online
It's
to see what people
cool.
are rating
They're
your
like,
pawns.
holy fuck, he knows about secrets and wolves.
You go online to see what
Secrets
people are
and
rating your
wolves.
pawns. And you
Yeah.
have this like idiot with a slow attack,
Right.
so he doesn't help anybody. So people are just like, your pawn fucking sucks. You get 1.5 stars. But then you have this like this like little tyke pawn who has like a super magic power, who can shoot like fucking like demon wind and kill everything instantly. Like, wow, this pawn fucking rocks. You should get this pawn.
Well,
so it's like very one-sided.
Corey, what was your pawn's name? You remember? Did you name one? Did you make one?
I had.
You guys make me wanna play
I
this
had
so
a
fucking
I had
bad.
a heavyweight and I called him Dillweed. And the girl's name was it was like Pawnita or something.
Yeah, I made a really old man named Mr. Handsome, and I just gave him the most fashionable outfit imaginable. But
it's really fun. You
nobody wants to rent old men. They like the little lolly.
They like the little lolly ones, or the girls will like, cause you get like in the game. They have armor sets in the game that like are like tight spandex like G-strings that you can put on your like girls. So you have these like fucking Amazonian girls with tight G-strings that use like massive swords, and they have like 5 stars out the ass. Like, whoa, she fucking rocks! Woo, I love this character.
I will say,
because people can rate and vote on your character.
I made the worst. My pawn was the worst though, because of all the classes.
Yeah.
I made him the worst class because
that's what I'm saying. That's why you got 1 star.
He was this slow-moving asshole with a broadsword, but you don't ever make a pawn that's like the barbarian class, because he can't do shit.
No, you make a pawn who can heal or do mage attacks, because then you can shoot like fucking blizzard tornadoes and kill everything instantly.
Everything in the game needs to be climbed and stabbed in the head, and these guys just want to hack at their ankles, and they're stupid. They're worthless.